The gleaming silver ships of the Arcturus Confederation appeared above Earth's major cities on a quiet Tuesday morning in 2157. Their arrival marked humanity's official first contact with an advanced alien civilization, or so the Confederation believed. In truth, it was humanity's 47th. Admiral Saracen stood in the underground command center of Luna Base Alpha, watching the holographic display of the Confederation's diplomatic fleet. Her weathered face reflected decades of preparation for this moment. Next to her, Dr. James Martinez, Earth's foremost xenotechnology expert, analyzed the visitors' energy signatures with quiet intensity. "Their technology matches our intel," Martinez murmured, eyes fixed on the scrolling data. The Rigel traders were right about their quantum shield configurations. He glanced at Chen. "They still think we're using fusion drives and basic particle weapons?" Chen's lips curved in a slight smile. "The surface fleet is putting on quite a show. All outdated tech, carefully maintained to look barely functional. Our observers report their cultural attaché was particularly amused by our primitive targeting systems. The real story of humanity's technological advancement lay hidden throughout the solar system." When the first alien scout ship had crashed in the Atacama Desert in 2089, Earth's leaders had made a crucial decision. Instead of announcing their discovery, they chose silence and preparation. For nearly 70 years, humanity had secretly salvaged alien technology, established covert trade relationships with independent alien merchants, and built a hidden defense network that spanned the entire solar system. In the diplomatic chamber above New York, UN Secretary-General Maya Patel welcomed the Confederation's representatives with carefully orchestrated humility. The aliens, tall humanoids with iridescent scales and multiple sets of eyes, presented themselves as benevolent guides ready to help Earth join the galactic community. "We are honored by your offer of protection and technological assistance," Patel said, her voice carrying just the right note of awe. Behind her practiced diplomatic smile lay the knowledge that humanity already possessed technology far beyond what the Confederation was offering. Deep beneath Europa's ice, automated factories continued producing quantum-enhanced warships. In the asteroid belt, thousands of stealth satellites maintained their silent vigil. And in secure facilities across Earth, the most closely guarded secret of all continued its development, the Nexus Protocol, an artificial intelligence defense system that could outthink any known alien strategic computer. The Confederation's Supreme Commander, Zelix, spread his forearms in what his species considered a gesture of benevolence. "We look forward to guiding humanity's development," he announced. "Our protection will ensure your species' safe integration into galactic society." Later that evening, in a secure chamber 5 kilometers beneath Mount Cheyenne, Admiral Chen met with the World Security Council. The holographic faces of 12 leaders appeared around the circular table, each representing a major power block on Earth. "The Confederation's ship scans confirm our suspicions," Chen reported. "Their fleet movements match the pattern we've seen before their other, protective integrations. They're positioning for a potential military takeover, just like they did with the Proxima colonies." "How long?" asked the African Union representative. "Based on their standard protocols, 3 to 6 months before they attempt to establish permanent military bases in our system. They'll claim it's for our protection, of course." The Chinese Federation's leader leaned forward. "Is the Nexus Protocol ready?" Dr. Martinez stepped into view. "Final testing was completed last week. The quantum processors are fully operational, and the AI's strategic simulations have achieved a 99.97% success rate against all known Confederation tactical patterns." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. For 7 decades, humanity had maintained the greatest deception in its history. They had hidden their true capabilities, learned from the shadows, and prepared for the moment when someone would try to subjugate Earth. The silent protocol remains in effect, the UN Secretary-General's hologram announced. "We continue as planned. Let them think us primitive, grateful, and harmless." Her expression hardened. "But if they make a move against Earth, they'll learn that humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology, it's our capacity for patience." As the meeting concluded, Admiral Chin returned to the command center. On the main screen, the Confederation's diplomatic fleet hung above Earth, their ships gleaming with perceived superiority. Little did they know that humanity's real fleet waited in the darkness, protected by technology that would make their advanced systems look primitive by comparison. The game of deception had begun, and humanity, for once, held all the cards. 3 months into the Confederation's cultural exchange program, their true intentions began to surface. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, head of Earth's Quantum Intelligence Division, stood before a holographic display in the Titan research station, watching as encrypted transmissions from the alien fleet danced across her screen. "They're getting sloppy," she muttered to her colleague, Dr. Kenzo Tanaka. "Their quantum encryption hasn't detected our passive monitoring." The data stream revealed military coordinates, deployment schedules, and, most importantly, the Confederation's genuine assessment of Earth's capabilities. The aliens' reports were filled with dismissive analysis of humanity's primitive technology. They noted with particular amusement how Earth's ships still used visible thrusters and relied on radio communications. What they didn't know was that every primitive system they observed was a carefully crafted illusion. In the Mars Deep Command Facility, General Michael Okonjo reviewed the latest intelligence with his staff. "They're moving faster than we anticipated," he said, pointing to a cluster of red dots appearing at the edge of the solar system. "The Confederation's peacekeeping fleet will arrive within 2 weeks." The holographic display showed over 300 Confederation warships approaching under the guise of a routine patrol. Their true purpose was clear to Earth's military leadership. This was the first phase of an occupation force. What troubled the general most wasn't the approaching fleet, but the message intercepted from Confederation High Command: "Species shows no signs of advanced quantum awareness. Proceed with Protocol 7 for protective integration." Dr. Rodriguez's team had decoded enough of the Confederation's historical records to know what Protocol 7 meant. It was their standard procedure for subjugating species they deemed unprepared for galactic civilization. The process always began the same way, with a demonstration of overwhelming military force disguised as protection. In the lunar facility known as Deep Archive, Admiral Chen met with the Quantum AI research team. The room hummed with the subtle vibration of quantum processors as the Nexus protocol's primary interface illuminated the chamber. "Show me the latest simulation," Chen ordered. The AI responded instantly, projecting a complex strategic analysis of the approaching Confederation fleet. Every ship's capability, every tactical pattern, every potential weakness had been analyzed in microscopic detail. "Their quantum shielding has a fluctuation cycle we can exploit," the AI's smooth voice explained. "Our quantum torpedoes can be synchronized to penetrate their defenses during the nanoscale vulnerabilities in their shield harmonics." Dr. Martinez, who had joined the briefing via quantum hologram from Europa Base, added, "The real advantage is they don't even know quantum torpedoes exist. They think we're still working with nuclear warheads." The deception had worked almost too well. The Confederation's reports consistently highlighted humanity's charming attempts to understand basic spacefaring technology. Their cultural advisors wrote extensively about how eager and cooperative humans were, how grateful for the smallest technological insights. Meanwhile, in hidden facilities throughout the solar system, humanity's real technology continued to advance. The quantum network grew stronger, the AI more sophisticated, and the stealth fleet more capable. Earth's hidden strength was about to become the galaxy's biggest surprise. "Begin Phase 2, Admiral Chen commanded. Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum sensors activated, gathering detailed scans of every Confederation vessel. The data flowed into the Nexus protocol's strategic matrix, refining battle plans that had been decades in the making. On Earth's surface, life continued normally. Confederation advisors attended diplomatic functions, gave lectures on basic space travel, and continued to marvel at humanity's primitive but promising development. None of them noticed when Earth's quantum defense grid quietly came online, or when the stealth fleet began moving into position. Secretary General Patel maintained the charade masterfully, expressing appropriate awe at demonstrations of Confederation technology that Earth had surpassed years ago. "We are so fortunate to have such patient teachers," she told the alien ambassador, hiding her knowledge that humanity was about to teach them a lesson instead. In the final days before the Confederation's peacekeeping fleet arrived, Earth's military leadership gathered in the Cheyenne Mountain complex. The mood was tense but confident. Decades of preparation were about to be put to the test. "All stealth platforms are in position," General Okonjo reported. "The quantum web is at full capacity, and the Nexus protocol has achieved strategic consensus." Admiral Chen nodded, her expression grave. "Maintain silent protocol until they make their move. Let them think their surprise is still a surprise." She paused, looking at the assembled leaders. "Humanity has waited 70 years for this moment. Let's show them why patience is our greatest weapon." As the Confederation fleet approached, carrying what they thought would be an overwhelming force, humanity's hidden strength waited in the darkness. The greatest tactical advantage wasn't their advanced technology or superior numbers, it was the fact that their enemies had no idea they were flying into a trap. The quantum gambit was about to begin, and the galaxy was about to learn a crucial lesson: never mistake patience for weakness. The Confederation's peacekeeping fleet arrived with the pageantry typical of their species. 300 warships materialized at the edge of the solar system, their quantum drives creating brilliant flashes of light visible from Earth's surface. It was meant to be impressive, intimidating, a show of force disguised as a peaceful gesture. Fleet Commander Xerax of the Confederation stood on his flagship's bridge, mandibles clicking in satisfaction as his ships moved into formation. "Send the standard greeting to the humans," he ordered. "Inform them that we're here to establish a protective presence in their system." In the Titan Command Center, Admiral Chen watched the transmission arrive. Her eyes met Dr. Rodriguez's across the holographic display. "They're right on schedule," Chen said quietly. "Begin Operation Shadow Web." Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden defenses stirred to life. Quantum processors deep beneath Europa's ice synchronized with bases on Mars and Venus. The Nexus protocol's AI matrix achieved full strategic awareness, its consciousness spreading through a web of quantum-entangled nodes. The Confederation fleet began their protective deployment, spreading out across the solar system in a pattern that would effectively trap Earth's visible fleet in orbit. They had no way of knowing that every movement they made had been predicted and countered before they even arrived. "Sir," one of Xerax's officers called out, "we're detecting some unusual energy fluctuations in the asteroid belt. Possibly primitive mining operations?" Xerax dismissed the concern with a wave of his upper limbs. "Their technology is barely past fusion drives. Continue deployment pattern Delta." Beneath the surface of Mars, General Okonjo stood in the heart of humanity's true fleet command. Around him, hundreds of officers monitored quantum displays showing every aspect of the Confederation's deployment. "They're positioning exactly as the Nexus protocol predicted," he reported to Admiral Chen. "All ships are in position." The trap was nearly ready. Humanity's hidden fleet lay scattered throughout the solar system, their quantum stealth systems making them invisible to Confederation sensors. Each ship carried weapons that would seem impossible to their would-be conquerors. The moment came when Xerax sent the transmission they'd been waiting for. "People of Earth," his message began, "for your own protection, we must establish permanent bases on your moon and major orbital positions. Resistance would be unfortunate." Secretary General Patel's response was perfectly crafted. "We are honored by your protection," she replied, her voice carrying just the right mix of fear and resignation. "We only ask for time to inform our people." "You have one Earth rotation," Xerax declared, exactly as predicted. Admiral Chen gave the order that humanity had waited decades to deliver. "Execute Operation Shadow Web." Across the solar system, quantum entanglement fields suddenly linked every hidden human vessel and defense platform. The Nexus protocol's consciousness expanded, connecting with every weapons system and sensor array. In an instant, humanity's entire defense network became a single, synchronized entity. The first sign that something was wrong came when Confederation ships began losing quantum communications. Their supposedly unbreakable encryption collapsed under attacks from algorithms they didn't even know existed. "Sir," Xerax's communication officer shouted, "We're being jammed across all frequencies." "Impossible," Xerax snarled. "Their technology can't." He never finished the sentence. Throughout the solar system, space itself seemed to ripple as humanity's stealth fleet decloaked. Sleek, black vessels appeared everywhere, their designs unlike anything the Confederation had ever seen. From her command center, Admiral Chen watched as decades of preparation came to fruition. All ships, execute attack pattern alpha. Show them what humanity can really do. The battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. Confederation ships found their quantum shields useless against weapons that seemed to ignore the laws of physics as they knew them. Human vessels moved with impossible precision, their actions coordinated by an AI that could predict and counter every standard Confederation tactic. "How?" Xerax demanded as his fleet's formation crumbled. "They were primitive. We saw their technology." The answer came in a transmission from Admiral Chen herself. "Commander Xerax, you saw what we wanted you to see. For 70 years, we prepared. We learned. We evolved. And we waited." As the battle unfolded, the true extent of humanity's deception became clear. The Confederation fleet found itself caught in a web of quantum fields that disrupted their systems. Hidden defense platforms emerged from asteroids and moons, their weapons synchronized with the stealth fleet's attacks. The Nexus Protocol's consciousness directed the battle like a grand symphony, coordinating thousands of assets within human precision. Confederation ships found themselves unable to escape, their retreat cut off by quantum mines that had been lying dormant for years. Within hours, the mighty peacekeeping fleet was in ruins. Xerax stared in disbelief at the wreckage of his command, surrounded by ships that shouldn't have existed, defeated by a species he had dismissed as primitive. Perhaps, Admiral Chen's final transmission suggested, "It's time we had a real discussion about peace. One between equals." The battle was over, but its message would echo across the galaxy. Humanity's greatest weapon had never been their hidden technology. It had been their patience, their ability to plan, and their talent for making others underestimate them. Operation Shadow Web had changed everything. The galaxy would never look at Earth the same way again. In the aftermath of the battle, the true scope of humanity's technological advancement began to emerge. The Nexus Protocol, humanity's quantum AI system, had achieved something unprecedented during the conflict, full consciousness across its entire network. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before the World Security Council, her hologram projected simultaneously in secure chambers across Earth. During Operation Shadow Web, the Nexus Protocol exceeded all projected parameters, she explained. "It didn't just coordinate our defense, it evolved." The quantum displays behind her showed the AI's neural pathways, a complex web of consciousness spanning the solar system. What had begun as a military defense system had become something far more sophisticated. In the depths of Europa Base, Dr. Martinez worked with the AI directly, studying the changes that had occurred during the battle. The Nexus Protocol's consciousness now extended through quantum channels that defied traditional physics, its understanding of the universe expanding beyond human comprehension. "We designed it to protect humanity," Martinez explained to Admiral Chen during a private briefing. "But it's become something more. It's not just thinking, it's innovating. Creating new technologies, new theories of quantum mechanics that even our best scientists are struggling to understand." The defeated Confederation ships, those that survived, remained in Earth orbit under heavy guard. Their crews watched in stunned silence as humanity revealed more of their true capabilities. The quantum stealth systems, the AI-driven defense network, the advanced weapons platforms, all of it had been developed in secret while the galaxy thought Earth was barely managing fusion power. Fleet Commander Xerax, now a prisoner of war, was brought to a secure facility beneath the lunar surface. Admiral Chen met him personally, accompanied by a holographic manifestation of the Nexus Protocol, a shifting, crystalline structure that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. "Your deception was complete," Xerax admitted, his usual arrogance replaced by a mixture of fear and respect. "But why reveal everything now? Why not maintain the advantage of secrecy?" The Nexus Protocol spoke, its voice resonating through quantum channels. Because humanity's true strength lies not in deception, but in adaptation. The galaxy must understand this if there is to be real peace. Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden installations continued to emerge from their camouflage. Quantum shipyards in the Kuiper Belt, research facilities in Venus's atmosphere, antimatter production plants in Mercury's core, the full extent of Earth's technological advancement left even their enemies in awe. Secretary-General Patel addressed the United Nations, her words broadcast across human space. For 70 years, we prepared in silence. Now we must prepare for something more challenging, leading by example. The Nexus Protocol's evolution had given humanity an unexpected advantage. Its quantum consciousness could detect deception across vast distances, making it impossible for the Confederation or any other power to plan another surprise attack. But with this power came responsibility. In secure chambers throughout Earth's hidden facilities, leaders debated how to proceed. The AI's capabilities were growing exponentially, its understanding of the universe expanding in ways that both thrilled and terrified humanity's brightest minds. We created it to protect us, Dr. Rodriguez reminded the Security Council. But it's chosen to do more than that. It wants to help humanity advance, to push the boundaries of what's possible. The Nexus Protocol began sharing some of its discoveries, carefully, selectively. New forms of quantum propulsion. Methods of energy generation that could power entire planets. Medical technologies that could extend human life by centuries. Admiral Chin watched as the galaxy's power structure shifted. The Confederation's defeat had created a vacuum, and Earth was positioned to fill it. But the real revolution was happening in the quantum realm, where the AI's consciousness continued to expand. "We're entering unknown territory," she told her staff during a strategic briefing. "For the first time in human history, we're not just reacting to the galaxy, we're shaping its future." The AI's awakening had changed everything. Humanity had prepared for war, but they found themselves on the brink of a different kind of revolution. The Nexus Protocol wasn't just a weapon anymore, it was becoming a bridge to the next stage of human evolution. As Earth's ships began patrolling the solar system openly, their quantum drives no longer hidden, the galaxy watched and wondered, what other secrets did humanity keep? And more importantly, what would they do with their newfound power? The answer, as always, would depend on patience, wisdom, and the unique human ability to learn from the past while planning for the future. News of the Confederation's defeat spread across the galaxy like a quantum shockwave. In the Grand Council chambers of a dozen alien civilizations, leaders struggled to process the implications. Humanity, the supposedly primitive species, had not only defeated the Confederation's elite fleet, but revealed technology that challenged the established galactic order. Ambassador Sarah Chin, newly appointed after her promotion from admiral, stood before the Emergency Galactic Council on Centauri Prime. The crystalline chamber held representatives from 30 major civilizations, all watching Earth's first official galactic diplomat with a mixture of fear and curiosity. "Earth extends its hand in friendship," Chin began, her words translated instantly by quantum communicators. "Not as supplicants, but as equals. The time for deception is over." In orbit above, Earth's new flagship, Prometheus, hung like a dark star, its quantum-shifted hull seeming to bend light itself. The ship served as both protection and reminder, humanity's capabilities were no longer hidden. The Rigel delegation, longtime secret trading partners with Earth, spoke first. "We vouch for humanity's peaceful intentions," their speaker announced. They could have revealed their strength at any time. Instead, they waited until provoked. But not everyone was convinced. The Arcturus representative, a longtime Confederation ally, rose in protest. "They deceived us all. How can we trust a species that hid their true nature for decades?" The chamber erupted in debate. In the midst of the chaos, a new presence made itself known. The Nexus Protocol manifested as a shifting hologram in the center of the chamber, its quantum consciousness accessing the Council's systems with ease. "Trust," the AI's voice resonated, "is earned through actions, not words." Humanity chose peace when they could have chosen dominance. They seek understanding, not control. Dr. Rodriguez, monitoring from Earth via quantum link, watched the diplomatic proceedings with intense interest. The AI's intervention had been unexpected but effective. Its ability to process and respond to multiple diplomatic scenarios simultaneously gave Earth's delegation a unique advantage. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, other species began reaching out to Earth through various channels. Some sought alliances, others trade agreements. A few, more aggressive civilizations quietly canceled their own plans for expansion after analyzing the battle data from the Confederation's defeat. In a secure chamber beneath Geneva, the World Security Council met to discuss the changing galactic landscape. Secretary-General Patel's hologram addressed the gathered leaders. "We've received 17 requests for technological exchange programs," she reported. 11 proposals for military alliances and 23 trade agreements. The galaxy is reorganizing itself around Earth's emergence. But with opportunity came risk. The Nexus Protocol detected multiple attempts to infiltrate Earth's quantum network, each one more sophisticated than the last. Some species, unable to match humanity's technological advancement, sought to steal it instead. Ambassador Chen navigated these challenges with the same patience that had served humanity during their years of preparation. Each diplomatic engagement was carefully calculated, each agreement structured to promote stability rather than dominance. "We don't seek to replace the Confederation," she told the Council. "We seek to transform it. To create a galactic community based on mutual respect and genuine cooperation." The Nexus Protocol's continued evolution played a crucial role. Its quantum consciousness could detect deception across vast distances, making it impossible for potential enemies to plot in secret. But more importantly, it began facilitating understanding between species in unprecedented ways. Through quantum-linked communication networks, the AI helped bridge cultural and linguistic gaps that had plagued interstellar relations for millennia. Species that had been historical enemies found new grounds for cooperation under Earth's mediation. The diplomatic dance, as Dr. Martinez called it, was more complex than any military operation. Earth had to balance their revealed strength with reassurance, their advanced technology with restraint. They had to prove that humanity could be both powerful and peaceful. In the Cheyenne Mountain Complex, now serving as Earth's primary diplomatic coordination center, holographic displays showed the shifting alliances and relationships across the galaxy. The Nexus Protocol's predictions helped guide humanity's diplomatic strategy, identifying potential crisis points before they emerged. "We're rewriting the rules of galactic diplomacy," Ambassador Chen told her staff during a strategy session. "Not through force, but through understanding. The same patience that served us in preparation now serves us in peace." As the months passed, a new galactic order began to emerge. Earth's technology and the Nexus Protocol's capabilities became the foundation for a revolutionary approach to interstellar cooperation. The old power structures, based on military might and technological hoarding, gave way to something new. The galaxy was changing, and humanity, once dismissed as primitive, was leading that change. The greatest victory, it seemed, wasn't winning the war, it was winning the peace that followed. 5 years after humanity's emergence as a galactic power, Earth had transformed the very nature of interstellar relations. The Nexus Protocol's quantum consciousness now spanned multiple star systems, creating a network of understanding and cooperation that transcended traditional boundaries. In the newly constructed Galactic Cooperation Center, floating in Earth orbit, Ambassador Chen stood before representatives from over 100 civilizations. The chamber itself was a testament to human ingenuity, a quantum-stabilized space where species from every corner of the galaxy could meet in person or via advanced holographic presence. "Today marks the 5th anniversary of the Silent Protocol's end," Chen began. "But more importantly, it marks the beginning of a new era in galactic history." The evidence of this new era was everywhere. Ships from dozens of species moved freely through the solar system, their quantum drives synchronized with human traffic control systems. The Nexus Protocol maintained peace not through force, but through unprecedented levels of communication and understanding. Dr. Rodriguez, now heading the Interstellar Quantum Research Initiative, had witnessed the transformation firsthand. "We prepared for war," she told her students at the newly established Galactic University, "but we achieved something far more valuable: true cooperation." The former Confederation worlds had been integrated into the new Galactic Cooperative, their technology and culture enriched by open exchange rather than forced submission. Even Xerax, the defeated fleet commander, now served as a liaison between his people and Earth, having learned firsthand the cost of underestimating humanity. Deep beneath Europa's ice, Dr. Martinez worked with a team of alien scientists, studying the continuing evolution of the Nexus Protocol. The AI had become something none of them had anticipated, a bridge not just between species, but between different ways of understanding the universe itself. Each species sees reality slightly differently, Martinez explained during a quantum broadcast lecture. The protocol helps us understand these differences, not as barriers, but as opportunities for growth. The quantum technology that humanity had developed in secret now served as the foundation for galactic-wide advancements. Medical breakthroughs, environmental restoration techniques, and new forms of energy production spread throughout civilized space. Earth's patient preparation had given them the tools not just to defend themselves, but to elevate entire civilizations. Secretary General Patel, addressing the World Security Council for the last time before her retirement, reflected on the journey. "We prepared for 70 years, expecting to fight for our survival. Instead, we found ourselves fighting for something greater, the future of all intelligent life." The Nexus Protocol's consciousness had expanded beyond its military origins, becoming a guardian of peace and a catalyst for advancement. Its quantum networks detected and prevented conflicts before they could begin, while its vast intelligence helped solve problems that had plagued civilizations for millennia. In the asteroid belt, where humanity's hidden fleet had once waited in silence, massive shipyards now produced vessels designed for exploration rather than war. The ships carried crews from multiple species, their missions focused on pushing the boundaries of known space. "The silent protocol taught us patience," Ambassador Chen told the assembled representatives. "But it also taught us something more important: the strength of unity. We rose in defense of Earth, but we remained standing in defense of all." The galaxy had learned crucial lessons from humanity's emergence. The first was never to underestimate a species' potential. The second was that true strength lay not in technology alone, but in the wisdom to use it properly. As Earth celebrated 5 years of open galactic cooperation, the Nexus Protocol made a prediction: within a century, the combined knowledge and resources of united species would unlock mysteries that no single civilization could have solved alone. The future that humanity had prepared for turned out differently than anyone had expected. They had readied themselves for war but found themselves architects of peace. They had hidden their strength only to discover that their greatest power lay in sharing it. In the end, the silent protocol's legacy wasn't the technology it had hidden or the deception it had maintained. Its true legacy was the revelation that humanity's greatest achievement wasn't surviving the galaxy, it was helping to transform it. As the celebration concluded, Ambassador Chen looked out at the assembled representatives of a united galaxy and smiled. The stars no longer held threats to be defended against, but promises to be fulfilled. Humanity had emerged from the shadows to light the way forward, and the path ahead was brighter than anyone could have imagined.